2.4 is the section where we finally deal with deductions and net pay. So we're going to look at taxes, CPP, EI, and all the type of deductions that come off your gross pay. So, for example, some definitions. Your take-home pay is essentially what is called your net income. Your net income is what's been taken after all your deductions get taken off from your gross pay, which is your income before your taxes are taken off. Net income is what you basically take in your pocket. CPP is what is called Canada Pension Plan. So this is money that's taken off each check to save for you when you retire, basically. EI is what is called Employment Insurance. Now, this is obviously a mandatory insurance that you have to pay off each check for kind of reasons that if you get unemployed for whatever reason, for example, teachers, substitute teachers over the summer are unemployed, so they are able to collect EI because they do not have a job over the summer. Regular teachers that have a full-time job, which is continuing every year, are not considered unemployed over the summer because they have a job that continues on in September. They know they have a job, whereas substitute teachers are able to collect employment insurance. It's not something that they're collecting from the government necessarily. It's more something that they have put in money to this pot, and they get to take the money that they have already put in back. And usually people don't get to collect it that often. IT I use for income tax. There are two types. These are federal and provincial. So there's federal tax that's taken off to cover costs by the federal government, and provincial deductions, provincial tax that's taken off to cover provincial, anything to do with for like infrastructure, stuff like that, to help pay for your provincial government stuff. Other deductions could be, let's say, maybe union dues. Maybe you might have some parking that's at your place of work, or any other type of fee, just any type of fee. So your taxable income is really your gross pay, so the pay before any type of taxes are taken off, not your net pay, your gross pay, and then you would subtract off your union dues, your parking, or any other type of fee that you may have. So gross pay minus off your union, parking, and fees, that is your taxable income, and then you would take off all your CPP, EI, and your income tax. Okay, calculating deductions. Let's go through an example here now. Bob's weekly salary, so this is important, is $385, and his claim code is 1. That's also extremely important. Find his net pay, and let's assume that Bob lives in BC. So I'm going to show you two ways how to do this. This example I'm going to work through using the forms. So when you're on your page, you should see Chapter 2, and the forms are right at the beginning of your chapter. Click here, and I have steps there of how to use these. And you can get to these forms other ways as well. They're just in the Canada Revenue. And we're going to go with BC because that's what province we're dealing with. There's all the provinces are there though. And then if you notice, there's section A, B, C, D, and E. Section A we don't use, but B, C, D, and E we use. So the first thing that comes is Canada Pension Plan, and our fellow Bob is being paid weekly. So we click on the weekly, and then it gives us these big charts and pages of them. And his weekly pay was $385. $385. Notice we don't have to deal with the claim codes for CPP. But we do have to look for 385. Notice I'm still at 200. And notice there's all these columns, and there are a range of values in each column. I'm looking for $385, wherever that happens to fall. I still don't see it. I'm getting closer because I'm in the 300s now. Okay, now I'm here. I just have to figure out which column it's in. It's in this one, and it's close to the bottom, and it's in between this value here. $385 is in between that amount. So $15.73 is what I'm looking for. $15.73 for CPP. So I'm done with CP. Now I'm going to go look for EI. So I go back. I go down to the employment insurance or EI premium tables. Click on that. This is for every province other than Quebec. So this goes for everybody. And again, I don't have to worry about the claim codes. And again, I look for $385. Oh, this one went a little bit quicker. So it's easier to see. Oh, it's going to be at the top. See, at the bottom here, it's 382 to 383. So I'm going to look at the next column over, and I'm going to go to the top of that column. And I'm going to look for 385, which is between these two values here. 385 is in between. So my EI premium is $7.24. $7.24. Last two things are my income tax. So those are both kind of grouped together. Income tax, federal and provincial. Remember, I already clicked on BC. And Bob again gets paid weekly. Now, look at the claim codes. He's claim code 0, so I'm looking at the second column. If it was claim code 2, I'd be looking at the third column, claim code 0, the first column. And I'm still looking at $385. All this value is almost always given in a range. So 385 is right here in between 384 and 388. He's claim code 1. This is federal tax, and he's paying $19.40. Weekly. Every week that gets taken off his check. The next thing is provincial tax. You'll notice that these tax forms are together, and provincial tax is going to be after federal tax. So keep scrolling down. Keep checking at the top of each page. I'm still in federal. So I have to keep scrolling down, keep scrolling down. It takes a while to load these because there's a lot of numbers in each table. Okay, now I'm in BC tax. So now I'm going to look for 385 in my BC tax, which is right here. And I'll just scroll up so you can see the top there. So BC, provincial tax, weekly, 52 pay periods a year. And I'm looking at 385, which is here. Claim code 1, which is $1.60. Not much. So federal tax takes a lot of money. Provincial doesn't take nearly as much. So $1.60. My total deductions are basically just all those values added up together. So I have $15.73 plus $7.24 plus $19.40 plus $1.60. So my total deductions are $43.97. $43.97. And his net pay is going to be his gross, which is right here. This is gross pay, which means more. And it's going to be $385 minus my deductions, which are $43.97. Notice he doesn't pay any union dues or anything like that, no parking fees. So we just take his gross pay. There's no more deductions. That's his taxable income. That's a good thing to check too before you start looking at your taxes. So I'm going to subtract this stuff off. 385 minus $43.97 leaves me with $341.03. And that is his take home or his net pay, whatever he gets to take home. Now, before I go on to the next one, I'm going to show you a second way how to do this. So I've showed you how to use the tables. You should be kind of familiar with that. If I go back to your course page, and I look below, oh, here I have an online tax calculator. Now I'm going to allow you to use this for any quiz, any test, or sorry, the test, and your assignments, because realistically, you're not going to have to be going through tax tables other than the provincial exam if they want you to, and they may actually just give you the values anyways, and then you just have to deduct them. So I have the link down below, and I have just 3 steps of how to use it. All you have to do is choose your province, then you have to type in information for income, pay period, and you click on pay period and your claim codes, and then you just click on calculate tax. So it's much, much easier. So I go to here, I go to BC, notice the drop down menu, go to BC. I don't need employee name, I don't need employee or employer. I make sure it's on salary. You can have bonus, retroactive commission. Tax tables I'm using are 2013, so they should be the same as the ones I just checked. and it was $385. So $385. This person is being, that just came up. I usually would have to type that in. This person is being paid weekly, and his claim code is claim code 1. Change those to both the same. If it's claim code 2, they're both going to be claim code 2. So I picked everything, weekly, claim code 1, click on calculate, and it'll tell me his federal tax is $19.24, his provincial tax is $1.59 or $1.60, CPP is $15.73, EI is $7.24, and we can see all those values, $7.24, $15, $1. They're rounded a little bit, maybe to a different cent or something, but all the values are there. And you can do that and calculate the total deductions right here, and his net income is at the bottom there. So a much, much quicker way of how to do this. That's why I don't mind. However, I still want you to learn how to read the tables because it's important as well. The last example, I'm going to use my calculator thing. If you need to learn how to use the tables, just watch through that first example again. It's not that hard. Sharon works a 40-hour work week and claims $8 per hour with time and a half for overtime. So she works 44 hours a week, so that means she's working 4 hours overtime. She's got union dues of $3.40 and a dental plan deduction of about $1.45 each week. So first thing we need to do is figure out what her taxable income is. Taxable income. Her taxable income is still her gross pay, but it's subtracted the union due and her dental plan. So let's see here. She's working a 40-hour week and she earns $8 per hour. So she's got $8, and she does work 44 hours, but let's just do this first. So she worked 8 for 40 hours. She's making $8. That's her regular. Now she's working overtime as well. Okay, she's working 4 hours overtime, and she makes time and a half. Remember that time and a half is 1.5 times her usual income, which is 8. And I know that's just going to be time and a half, so 8 plus 4, which is $12 an hour. So she's making $12 an hour for 4 hours because she works 44 hours. So let's calculate this. So it's 8 times 40, which is 320. Going to add on her 12 times 4, which is 48. So that's going to be $368. And that is her taxable income? No, not yet. Remember, we have to subtract off her union dues, which are $3.40. Don't forget to subtract off the fees. So minus $3.40, and also subtract her dental plan, which is $1.45 per week. So $368, subtract off $3.40, and subtract off $1.45. So her taxable income is actually $363.15. Don't forget to subtract off those fees. Remember, those fees are not taxes, they're not EI, they're not CPP. Anything that's basically something different. And her claim code is 2. And again, let's assume that she is in BC, just to make it easy. Okay, so our taxable income is here. I need to fill in CPP, EI, federal, and provincial. So again, I'm going to use my tax calculator because it's nice and easy. Now I'm going to have to use my calculator. Now, what's her income? She is getting paid a week, and her income is $363.15. $363.15. Okay, she's getting paid weekly. What was her claim code? I think it was claim code 2, I believe. Claim code 2. So I got to change both of these to claim code 2. And weekly is still okay. Remember, we can change this to bi-weekly, month, semi-monthly, or per month. But we want this weekly. So we're going to keep it on weekly. I don't know why there's 2 weeklies and 2 bi-weeklies. I don't think it really matters. So claim code 2, weekly, $363. Remember, we don't have to fill in the names. You just click on tax. And it tells us that her federal is $13.15. I'll fill in the CPP when I get to it. So $13.15. Her provincial is nothing because she's not making enough. And then she has CPP, which is $14.64. That seems odd that her provincial tax would be zero. Let me just check that for a second again. So $363.15 she's getting, oh, because it's claim code 2, that's why. That's why. So it's zero because her claim code is 2. So she's obviously got some special accommodations that she doesn't have to pay provincial tax for. Interesting. So her CPP, her EI is $6.83. $6.83. Provincial is zero. So now we need to calculate her net pay, which is $363.15. That's her gross pay. That's her gross pay with those little fees taken off first. Then we get to subtract off the taxes. Notice she's not taxed on the fees, which is kind of nice. So you're not taxed on your union dues and stuff like that. So subtract off. Now let's add all these things together. So I have $14.64 minus my $6.83 and minus my $13.15. Oh, I'd add them together. That's what I was trying to do. Sorry. $14.64 plus, because I want to add them all together. $6.83. You're probably wondering why I was doing that. $13.15 and nothing. So $34.62. So subtract those amounts from $363.15 minus $34.62 and $328.53. $328.53 is her net income per week. Okay, and if you wanted to figure out per month, remember you'd have to multiply by 52 to get per year. So that would be 17,083 and 56 cents per year. You have to figure out the year income before you figure out the monthly income, and then divide by 12 to get per month, which is 14.23 and 63. Okay, so just be aware of that. To get to here, I multiply by 52. To get to here, I divide by 12. I cannot just multiply this one by 4. You could multiply it by 4.3333 if you wanted to get the average. But it's actually a better idea to multiply by 52, then divide by 12 to get the monthly income. Always, always, always do that. Convert to a year, then divide by 12 for the month. So that's how to do it. Learn how to use those tables because they are important. I do have the link right there. But also you can use that calculator anytime. I don't mind if you use it on a test or if you use it on your assignments. It's very quick, very easy. You're doing an online course anyway, so it's right there. You can use it all the time. And it still teaches you how to use a tool. So there you go. Good luck.